Hey guys, Aphelios just got announced. Well, I guess he got announced a while ago, but his kit got revealed, so we'll kind of go over his kit. It's very early stages. I haven't played a single game on it, but yeah, I do want to talk to you about what Aphelios is as a champion and what makes him unique and how he'll play and also how strong he'll be in competitive. Let's start. The first thing when I see his weapons, it looks very futuristic, but it also looks very Halo-esque. This looks like the Halo sword thing. This one kind of looks like the Needler. A lot of like sharp design, like very sharp like metallic edges. And all these guns have a specific color to them. This one is white, this one's red, this one's blue, this one's like purple and black, this one has like a green energy flowing, so you can also recognize the guns by their colors. They, as I said, they all have like a kind of blade element to them. You can see the blade here, obviously here. Everything is like very like sharp. You might cut yourself. Aphelios Kit Primer by Riot Tater. Most champions can be summarized relatively quickly, but Aphelios isn't most champions. Learning to wield the weapon of the faithful demands discipline, focus, and mental acuity. I don't know what that word means. So consider this primer your first test of faith along the path to mastering a champion with one of the highest skill ceiling in the game. But really, this page has a ton of info to process. Read it a couple of times probably. We're going to start with overall structure of Aphelios' kit, then we get into what each of his weapons does. Alright, how does the kit work? Guns, basic attacks, and ammo. So there's a main hand and an offhand, so you have access to 2 weapons at a time. Aphelios' cycle through 5 weapons, each with its own basic attack. He attacks with a main hand weapon, but always carries an offhand weapon so he can swap 2 with W. Aphelios can't pick and choose which 2 weapons he equips at any given time. His weapons have 50 ammo each, and when a weapon runs empty, you get the next one in line. Empty weapons go to the end of the line to recharge. Is it always in the same order? That's what I want to know. Since Aphelios can swap between his main hand and offhand, weapon order changes throughout the game based on which weapon you use first. So you can control the order of things. So if you have weapon A and weapon B, and you want the combination of weapon B and weapon D, just keep using weapon A until you get weapon C, and then keep using weapon C until you get back to weapon D, and then now you have weapon B and weapon D. So there is somewhat of control. If there's like 2 weapons that are extremely OP together, then you can end up at the weapon combination you want. You have to shuffle through your weapons first, like you have to use all the moonlight to get to the next weapon, but it is possible. Abilities. Aphelios only has 3 buttons, Q, W, and R. W swaps between his main hand and offhand weapons, leaving him with 2 actual abilities, kind of. Each of Aphelios' 5 weapons has its own Q ability when equipped as his main hand weapon. Each Q applies bonus attack and effects based on his offhand weapon. All 5 Qs cost mana and ammo, and each has its own cooldown. You can Q, switch guns, then immediately use the other Q. Aphelios automatically learns Q at level 2, and it slowly becomes stronger over the course of the game. We'll get to what each Q does in the weapons section below. Aphelios' ultimate, Moon Knight Vigil, sends forward a moon bomb that explodes on the first enemy hit, damaging nearby enemies. Then Aphelios follows up with an enchant basic attack from his main hand weapon against all enemies caught in the explosion. He automatically learns art at level 6, and it automatically levels up at 11 and 16. So I'm imagining you start with W, so you can shuffle through your weapons at level 1, and at level 2 you automatically learn your Q, so you can start using your ability. And then his ultimate, Moonlight Virgil. So you send a moon bomb that explodes on the first enemy hit. So it's like a skill shot. And when they say bomb, I imagine like an AoE skill shot. So interesting. So you will only at maximum have access to 2 abilities and a cooldown at a time. Or 2 abilities and an ultimate at a time. Very interesting. Level up. Since Aphelios automatically learns his Q and R, he puts his 18 level up points into stats rather than abilities. Attack damage, attack speed, bonus armor penetration. So you'll get AD and attack speed as you level up, but you also get bonus armor penetration. So I'm guessing they don't want this champion to build Last Whisper. Calibri, the rifle. So they said they based each weapon silhouette around another champion's weapon, so you can recognize what it'll do immediately. So this one looks like a Caitlyn gun to signify it's a long range weapon. Calibri. Calibri is a poke harass weapon. Its basic attacks have extra range. When abilities deal damage with Calibri, they mark enemies hit. Aphelios can right click marked enemies anywhere on the map to follow up with a basic attack from his offhand weapon, or his non-Calibri weapon in the case where he swaps Calibri to his offhand before firing. This attack detonates other nearby marks for bonus damage against a marked target. So whenever you mark someone with this long weapon, you can right click them to do bonus damage. So kind of like Swain passive, where once you root someone, or whenever anyone's rooted, like you can pull them slightly towards you, but this one has like unlimited range. Very interesting. Calibri Q, Moonshot, fires a skill shot that damages the first unit hit and marks them, so it's an Ezreal Q. Moonlight Vigil, Calibri effect. Moonlight Vigil follows up attacks all enemy hit. What? Moonlight Vigil's follow-up attacks mark all enemies hit. These marks deal higher damage when consumed. So you do a moon bomb and you mark everyone, and then you can right click them. Severin, the Thigh Pistol.
This will be your voice.
This one looks very Lucian Gun-esque. It shares a very similar silhouette with Lucian Gun. And it's like, it has like red, so it's like more bloody. Severin. Severin is a sustained weapon that heals Aphelios for a portion of the damage it deals. Overhealing from Severin is converted into a small shield. Severin Q, Onslaught, gains movement speed and rapidly fire your main hand and offhand weapon at the nearest enemy, prioritizing champions. Onslaught shot behave like basic attacks but deal reduced damage. So you gain movement speed and then you start shooting people. So it's basically like Lucian R. That's kind of the effect. But you can target people and you prioritize champions. Interesting. Moonlight Vigil, Severin effect. Moonlight Vigil grants Aphelios a flat heal. So whenever you hit people with your ult, you heal. Okay, so this one's like more of the medium range, like in fighter, like attack a lot, makes you more mobile. Interesting. Gravitum, the cannon. Gravitum is a utility weapon that applies a decaying slow to enemies. Gravitum Eclipse. Damage and root all enemies on the map affected by Gravitum slow. Eclipse doesn't use Aphelios' offhand weapon. So you root everyone that's affected by the slow. Moonlight Vigil follows up attacks apply a massively increased slow. So Moonlight Vigil, like the secondary effects, are all just like bonus effects of the passive from the guns. So like you use Gravitum to slow someone, and then you switch to like Severin, and then you follow up with your movement speed. Okay. Infernum, the flamethrower. Holy f, he has a flamethrower. He literally has like just a straight flamethrower. That's crazy. Infernum is an AoE wave clear weapon. It deals increased basic attack and ability damage, increase the damage cone behind enemies hit. So this guy straight has a flamethrower. Infernum Q, Dust Wave. Sprouts the wave of flame damaging enemies, then basic attacks all enemies hit with your offhand weapon. Moonlight Vigil Infernum effect. Moonlight Vigil's follow-up attacks create damage circles around enemies hit instead of damage cones behind them. So they do like circle effects instead of conish. Crescendum the Chakram. Crescendum is a close-range DPS weapon that behaves like a boomerang. Once Aphelios basic attacks with Crescendum, he can't attack again until it returns to him, but his attack resets when it does. So you shoot a boomerang and you can't attack until it comes to you. Attack speed increases Crescendum's travel speed instead. The closer Aphelios is to his target, the less distance Crescendum has to travel, and the faster Aphelios can attack. So if you're close to someone, you can keep shooting it because it'll return to you faster. When abilities are their follow-up attacks deal damage with Crescendum, they create temporary copies of it for each enemy's hit that increase the strength of Crescendum's basic attack. What? When abilities or their follow-up attacks deal damage with Crescendum, they create temporary copies of it for each enemy hit that increases strength of Crescendum's basic attack. Does it mean you get another Crescendum? I don't understand. Holy, this is so complex. Crescendum Q, Sentry. Deploy a turret that shoots the nearest target with your offhand weapon. What the f? So you make turrets of your offhand weapon. Oh my god. Moonlight Vigil Crescendum effect. If Moonlight Vigil hits fewer than 3 enemies, its follow-up attacks still increase the damage of Crescendum's basic attacks as if at least 3 enemies were hit. Okay, this one I just don't understand at all. Wow, this champion's just so crazy. And then custom HUD. All the stuff above is a lot to take in and a lot to track. Aphelios has a unique HUD to ease the burden. So you get to see your ammo for your secondary weapon, your primary weapon. 1, that's your sister or your girlfriend if you're from Alabama.
I can explain.
So you can swap, you can use your Q and you swap and you'll know the cooldown of your other weapon. The next weapon you'll get once your weapon runs out of ammo, so you know which one you'll get. And then there's 4 and 5, and then there's your ult. Additionally, if your main handgun has 10 or less ammo remaining, an ammo tracker will appear on the right side of your screen so you can track your remaining shots. I wish each weapon had a different amount of ammo. Oh my god. Holy Christ, this champion is going to be so complex and so difficult to master. Like, knowing what to do with each 2 weapons you're given in every situation. Oh my god. Well, I'm definitely going to put time into this champion. 1, because he looks like me, and 2, he looks super interesting, and 3, because he's a marksman. I would love to do it with the support and figure out how this champion works. Well, I'll play him as soon as he's out in PvE. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and remember, I'm not crazy, I'm just loco. Bye!